Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Hey everybody, how you doing? Charles here, and welcome to another great show. Now listen, my guest, she's excited. I don't know if you're excited, but I'm excited. We're all excited because we're here excited to give you some great information and to teach you new and different things. Now, if you're the first time you're coming to my channel, I try to bring you different guests to just teach you some things and maybe it can help you in the long run. With COVID going on, we want to make sure that you're okay and you're getting the best information. And the best information right now is to be here right with us for my special guest. Stay tuned. Let's go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my special guest. Give her a warm welcome to the show. Zahra, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
I see that you're ready. You got the headphones on. You're ready to go.
Yes. Thank you for having me this morning.
Not a problem. So, what have you been doing during the COVID time?
I was learning a lot. So I think COVID gave me, when I look into what I've learned and how many books I have read, I found it's different, like it used to be every year. So if I look into the positive aspect, I have learned a lot. I've read a lot. I've relaxed a lot. I slept a lot. So there are a lot of positive things. I spent more time with my kids. So that was something I enjoyed most.
So you're relaxed.
Yeah.
You're just really relaxed. That's the best thing about it.
Exactly.
So what have you taught yourself about being home with COVID and stuff?
I taught myself that it's a life stage. Our life is like a journey. It's different stages. So this time of the year of this time, we need to do something different. It is planned. It's a God's plan that we need to slow down, relax, do something different, enjoy small thing that I was missing mostly. So that is the main takeaway. Like it's a different experience and it will go. It will not last. So let's get the best out of this experience to revive, to renew ourselves and try something new.
Try something different. Try something new.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's get to know you a little bit better. Where are you from? What's your background? And what did you want to do growing up?
Interesting. My background, I'm originally Eritrean. I was born and I grew up in Saudi Arabia. And then I moved to Canada in my late 30s. When I was a little kid, I had no dream. My biggest dream was to go to school and find a job.
Okay.
And I'm coming from a humble background, so it's not normal, and it wasn't easy to access, higher education. So that was my biggest dream. And then with time, my dreams started to be bigger. I was the first VP female in a consulting company in Saudi Arabia, and I did a lot of things that I didn't envision to have in my life. But I realized that our future is based on our brain and mindset. So we need to dream big. As we dream big, we make it happen. So the lesson I learned is that I should have a better dream, So I learned to dream big because we visualize when we dream something, we are able to do it. And that is the lesson that I get. Professionally, I'm a consultant. I work for more than 15 years in consulting, focusing in business transformation and communication. When I moved to Canada, we have long winter, long night. There are time to think deeply. So I felt that I'm missing the coaching aspect. So I learned and I added coaching to my practice. So I listen as well, not only do the talking like what I'm doing right now.
You found what it was missing.
Yeah.
Okay, and you put it together. Yeah. Right. So here's a question for you. A while ago, when I asked you what you're doing, you said you have kids, right? What do you have? A boy and a girl?
Yeah, Omar is 4 years and Layan is 11 years. Boy and a girl, yes.
So what are you teaching them?
Yeah. Now, what I teach my kids, one of the things I learned, and I also coach my client to do, is don't be someone different at home. Bring the good side of your work to home. So what I do is I try to use my skills like storytelling to inspire my kids.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So it's an all around open their minds to different things as well. Oh, I think we lost the feed there for a second. All right, we'll see if we can get her right back. So as she's there she is. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yes, sorry.
Perfect. Okay. So a second ago, you're saying you're teaching them what you outside and inside, right? What you bring on the inside. And when you were trying to come back, I was saying to the audience is that it's a different way of teaching, the different way of thinking about things.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Exactly. Now, what is very important is we inspire them with what we do. So if we have a passion, a life purpose, and we try to bring that to home, and
Right.
when we go office, inspire them, they grow up having a different perspective. I'm gonna tell you a story. It happened 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
In the school, the teacher asked the kids and my daughter to give one quote, an inspirational quote, and then my daughter told the teacher, "Be who you are in what you do," and this is my personal motto. And then the teacher asked her to elaborate, and she said, "Yeah, my mom is famous. She has a website. She's a consultant." And like I like how the motto has stick with her. So when we use our storytelling, when we tell our kids that we're not doing a job, we're serving a mission, they grow up with different perspective.
So it's more like what they see, they translate into the same way. What we teach them, they translate in the same way. So your daughter seeing you going out doing these things, having the website, so she puts you on that level of, okay, she's getting it done. I got to get it done as well. Same motto. It's instilled in her, and she keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. So that's a great thing. So then, question is why did you wanted to get into your next level?
What I do, I like, and I do is that the more we grow and learn, the more we are able to help people and serve a mission, and that is very important for me, because like if you succeed in your career and you're financially stable, all the things, and you're not serving a mission, you're not helping, you're not happy, and this is based on science. People who really help others, their brain, they have better well-being. So the more we are able to learn and move to the next level, the more we have like multiplier impact. We change lives, we improve the well-being of other people, and that is my inner passion and what I like to do.
So you're saying that once we're filled in a certain way, we're not fulfilled because we're not giving back, we're not helping others.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference what we do until we can give back and help others and teach them what we know. We're not completely happy because we're like, I should be doing more out there. I should be doing something different.
Yeah. And it's about the legacy you leave. It's how you really transferring that knowledge.
I like that keyword you said, the legacy that you leave. Because a lot of us, when I'm doing my show, I ask them, what legacy do you want to leave? When you pass away on your tombstone, what do you want people to remember you by? And that's the key thing. So like, what are you leaving behind? Oh, he was a great friend. Okay, that's great. But did I leave anything for you to learn and to pass on? So that I love that what you just said. It's a legacy is what you want to learn.
I like this, and this is Charles. It's a key coaching question we use, because when we ask people, their perspective try to change, so they start to think differently about the money, about their career, and sometimes it's a turning point in their career when they start thinking about this.
Yeah, because we start off thinking that money is everything.
Yeah.
And then as we get older, we realize, if I have a couple more friends, would have been great. If I could, enjoy my family some more, would have been great.
Yeah.
So let's dive into how you help people now, right? Let's dive into your practice and what you've been doing, and we'll go from there. So what is your number one point that you want to put out to people for them to understand?
Number one is that don't try to look for success outside and compare yourself with others. In my practice, I work with professionals, with executive, with organization to help them and tap into their inner power, strengths, personalities, value, passion, and use this as a compass or a guiding principle for success. Because when we look for success somewhere else, one of my clients that I was coaching, I told him, who do you want to be? He said, I want to be like this person in public speaking and this person in presenting and this person in negotiation. I told him, what about yourself?
that is true. That's a lot of people they want to be like.
Someone said, just I help my customer or client to really look into their strengths, values, their life purpose and passion, most importantly, and then make career and personal choice. And many studies has showed when our passion, our strengths and personalities align with what we do, we're happier. So we don't complain. I don't think this is what I like to do. I should be doing something else. So that doesn't happen. So this is what I like to do, and this is what I enjoy to do. And I also reflect my life story. My passion is in high alignment of what I do, which is problem solving, consulting, helping people. So when people are aligning these things, they are more successful and they're 3 times happier and 6 times more engaged in their work. And so this is what I do. A big part what I'm focusing and doing now is diversity and inclusion, because the core of it is looking inside.
Okay. So looking inside in what manner? What do you mean looking inside?
What strengths we have, what belief system. Now, in topic like diversity and inclusion, what do you think the barrier for diversity and inclusion?
It's like a certain way people are thinking of, outside the box. They think that, hey, I can't get the job anyways because I have A, B, and C, or somebody's helping us down, or they're not going to hire me because either A, I'm a woman, or B, of my color, or this is what we think before we step to the box.
Exactly. So that is one thing. So diversity and inclusion, and this topic is our belief system. So if I'm a hiring manager, I'm more likely I'm going to hire someone who's similar to me. The neighborhood, we went to the same school. So that's why we always hear the Canadian certificate, the Canadian experience.
Yeah.
So that is one type of bias, unconscious bias. Right. And it is normal because our brain tries to protect us and try to go shortcut. Our brain processes 11 million pieces of information per second.
Okay.
So the brain cannot process it. So the brain just will go with shortcut, with bias to make decision. And that is a key barrier for diversity and inclusion topic.
So basically, when we're going in, they've already had their mindset to a certain way, because we're thinking about, I see somebody come in. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What school did you go to? Oh, I went to this. Hey, I went to the same school. Or where'd you grow up? I grew up here. Hey, then it starts. There's a feeling of, okay, I kind of know this person already, kind of feeling, right?
Yeah. And it's safe for me, safe to hire him or safe to work with him.
Okay. See, I've never really thought of it that way, but it makes sense. It makes sense because you're comfortable, right? Your brain just says, okay, I like this guy. I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? I got to hire somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
So then how do we change the narrative? What do we do?
Yeah. So now in diversity and inclusion, now there's many statistics show it failed when organizations try to work on diversity and inclusion because they go into the business transformation aspect, the policies, the procedure. We need this percentage of this group. But what we do is we disrupt the unconscious bias. So for example, the hiring process, we try to disrupt that. Another type of unconscious bias, which is very normal in meeting. When we're presenting and we're all the same group working, so we have the same type of thinking, we go into a decision that is not the best optimal decision. So we disrupt unconscious bias in meeting by making sure there is a different representation of group. There is a way that we run the dialogue so we can incorporate more perspective. So we disrupt that by practice. Now, how do we do about it is a slow thinking. Now, we train people and we train ourselves to slow thinking. Because the moment we use the bias is we just, okay, I know you, we work together, we went to the same school, so I'll hire you. What we do is we disrupt that, we encourage slow thinking, looking into different candidate, having different people in the recruitment process. And also there are some software that encourage, but this is a behavioral change and it does take time. So it starts with awareness. So now if I'm aware that I might have this type of unconscious bias, and then a bit of coaching. So we coach people to really service that, and they will tell you their fear, their stereotype in our head. Sometimes when we talk about it, I think this race, I think women might not do this. I think this nationality will do this. That is deep ingrained. Mm-hmm. So we try to service that, and we coach people, and we encourage the slow thinking. So that is really, it does help. We do two things. We do the coaching, individual coaching, because your unconscious bias is different than me. It's different from someone else. So the individual coaching work plus the business transformation, having system, policies, and procedure, having both, it does help actually to encourage the success of diversity and inclusion. Another thing is the compassion. Really being compassionate about people and acknowledge people are different and have different background. And we make sure that the moment I understand, I don't know your background, so maybe I'm wrong, so explain it to me. Being vulnerable, it actually help in really solving and accelerating the success of diversity and inclusion efforts.
So it's funny because you just answered my next question.
You see, I talk a lot.
It's okay, because I was going to ask you, sometimes we're brought up that way. You know what I mean? Certain cultures are brought up a certain way. So it's nothing bad to say. It's just, that's all we knew growing up. That's all we knew. Some cultures, well, dad always goes out and mom stays home. You know what I mean? And some cultures, okay, both parents are gone. And I'm like, it's growing up. So we have to think outside the box, like you're saying, and work on it from there. But it's a slow process.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to think, okay, how do we change it? How do we change ourselves? But isn't it the number one thing is we have to realize that we're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of us don't realize, well, maybe I am doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a culture. I studied and I work in Saudi Arabia, for example. So it's not normal for women at that time. Now things has changed drastically. So at that time, it wasn't normal for women to work. So when I sit with my family and relatives and extended family, they were asking, do you work? Who takes care of the kids? Do you have kids? And they're curious to know, because it doesn't come naturally to my family and relatives.
Right.
And how many hours do you work? 8 hours. So, and then they automatically make judgment in their heads that I'm not a good mom. So and that shows, on that. Because
they're used to what? You tell me. How's the culture? Men goes out, women stay home with the kids.
Yeah.
Now you're breaking the norm.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but where does the kids go? How do they eat? But they don't realize that you're a successful woman doing everything normally, and it's possible for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So then I'm trying to be in your shoes and get that phone call. What are you doing? How's my niece? How's my nephew? Are they okay? So I like that. It's showing somebody thing different. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to dive into your website and we're going to find out how do they contact you? How does the client get a hold of you? And how do you fit with a client? So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Immigrant Women in Business, IWB, is a non-profit organization bringing together women from over 50 different countries around the globe. These women have now made Canada their home and share a common goal of providing value to their new sisters. Our motto of "We are stronger together" resonates with all members, and with a diverse membership of business leaders, entrepreneurs and community builders, our goal is to make Canada better and provide guidance and leadership to those that follow.
It's all about your special day. We at CMJ Entertainment take pride in making all your dreams come true. With over 10 years of quality experience, we make sure to bring you the wow factor. Call us today to take the worry out of your mind and the joy into your heart. Our trained staff is waiting for you to call at 416-414-8964 or email us at info@cmgent.com. Let us see what you see, then make it 10 times better and give you time to enjoy the moment. CMJ Entertainment, your one-stop shop for all you entertainment and planning needs.
Yes, we're back live. And yes, if you are getting married and you need an event planner, just give me a call. We will help you out. And me saying that right now, I guess it's funny to me because when I first started in the business and I say, "Hey, I'm an event wedding planner," they're like, "You're a guy." I'm like, "Yeah, I do events. I do weddings." It's like, I guess we all have to change our mindset on how we do things, right? They're like,
Yeah.
dude, I said, yeah, I do weddings. You know what I mean? It's an event. I love doing events. So I guess we gotta change that lifestyle that men do this, women do this, and that's all it is, right? We gotta open it up. So I love that story that you just told us before the break. All right, so let's dive into your website. Here we go. So tell us more on a little bit about what we can do to help. Do we set up an appointment with you? Do we call? Do we do a one-on-one? How do we know we're the best fit for you?
Yeah, typically people who are interested to work with me, so they will go. There is, if you scroll in my homepage, there is a section, so you could book a free consultation, 30 minutes. So I learn about your need, if we can work together, what you're looking for, and after that, we could take it from there. So its starting point is just you go down and you find book me, and this is how people can reach out to me, or they can send me an email. And I would love if you follow me at LinkedIn. I always post interesting articles and interesting information, new information. So I would like if you can, everyone follow me in my LinkedIn account. And for any help, they can go to my website, learn more about my services, and I'm happy to help.
Okay, so I'm seeing here, and I want people to understand. So you help men and women.
Men and women, yes.
Okay, and all that help inclusions like public speaking, business coaching, executive inclusion, leadership. This is all part of what you're doing.
Exactly. I also work with partners from the US on wellness program, on diversity and inclusion, on executive coaching, and we role model the diversity aspect. So I work with different team from different coaches and trainers from all the world with corporate client to help more people with our work.
Okay, and then if you see what she's saying here, we got some photo galleries on here, some information. Some of her past clients wrote letters, so you can see some of the letters and information. And then also you have a couple of post videos that you can go online and take a look.
Yes.
And then how long is the consultation till you know that, yes, this is a good fit?
Usually 30 minutes to 40 minutes to learn more about the need and how can I help and what is the best approach. So mainly I listen and then we decide what is the best way forward.
Now, it sounds like to me personally that companies should be calling you.
Yes,
so for example, like the HR department.
Yeah.
I mean, human resources should be calling you as a group to have you come in and just talk to them so they can understand the full diversity culture of their business.
Yes, I do this basically with Money Corporate, also for inclusion and diversity. People who are leading inclusion and diversity, they contact me. HR contact me. Sometimes the executive or the manager, they contact me to coach their people. So there are different way that my client usually contact me for help. I do one-to-one coaching and I do group coaching. Group coaching is very important as well because you get people to discuss and share expertise in a risk-free environment. I do this for companies and I also do for a cohort of, like, for example, we had a cohort for women leadership from different organization and company. We came together in a table, we discussed their common challenges and we came up with a solution of how they can have a more balanced life or address challenges like managing team virtually during COVID-19. And this is a big topic for leaders and managers. So doing a round table group coaching helps sharing experience with different individuals, so that accelerate actually the impact on at their end. So group coaching, individual coaching, public speaking. I actually do all these with corporate client and with individual client.
Okay, so the question is, how you've been doing it right now with COVID? Do you do Zoom meetings? How are you doing the one-on-ones?
Yeah, now with COVID, the need for coaching increases because people are more stressed. They need more support. So like, for example, one of the executive I've been lately coaching, he was saying, I'm trying to keep my customer happy, my employee happy, but on the same time, I need to sit and think slowly. So I'm more of a thought partner. I sit with them and help them really think slowly and deeply of how they can address challenge. So there is a high need now for coaching. So with COVID-19, like now with the virtual, with Zoom call, most of the time we do like video call, it made it more accessible and easier to connect during the day.
All right. So I just want to put this out there. It says, hello. She just wants to say
hi. Hi, Lizzie.
There we go. So, okay. So in the long run, here's a couple of things I'm walking away with here. We have to open up our minds. Okay. We've thought of a certain way for many years. Okay. There's now, especially with what's going on in our world, we have all types of people, all types of skills. It's understanding the people and understanding the skills that can actually make our business and our job 10 times better.
Yeah.
If we understand where you're coming from and what skills you had back from your country, we might be missing out on a lot of aspects of our own business that we could say, wow, she's a great fit. This is what she did back home. This is what I need. Let's open up my mindset to it. How do we do that? We call you. We're like, okay, we've never done this before. We don't know if we're going down the right path, but we think that you're the right person to help us. And then we give you a call.
Yeah.
Perfect. So here we're going to do, send this up one more time. And then when should we, what's the best time that you do your classes? Is it like per client, or do you do them on the weekends? Is it one-on-one during the week? Is it a certain time, or each individual is different?
During the week, and each individual is different. I tailor to their need and they tailor to my needs. So usually we agree on the best time. Sometimes I do weekend because some of the executive client and people are free during the weekend. And I make sure that they are in a relaxed mood for coaching. So I also do weekends.
Okay. Now for me, I always tell everybody the best practice is give her a call. 647-965-6363. That's 647-965-6363. And the reason I say give her a call first, because sometimes saying what you want to say in an email doesn't come across properly. Yeah. Okay. I love when people can talk to somebody one-on-one and get to understand exactly what they're trying to say. And then you can say, okay, I understand what you want. Let's make an appointment. Yes, I can help you with that. Let's make an appointment. Because if you don't know, unless you call, unless you ask. So do give her a call. 647-965-6363. Give her a call. Don't wait. All right. It's been a pleasure to have you on my show. And thank you for giving me some ideas that I didn't really think about, because I didn't, before you said it, I was like, that is true. When you do walk in, we have to open up our minds. And when someone's going in for a job interview, how's that person thinking? What's that person thinking? Are they open to the concept? Are they open to, new people and what they bring to the table, and who's hiring? These are all things that is number one key.
Excellent. Thank you very much for having me. I really had fun talking and sharing with you, and thank you very much.
All right. Before you go, we do this one thing. It's called the Queen Wave. This is your opportunity to say hi to everybody. Anybody out there you want to shout out to? The floor is yours.
Where's my head? Hi. Thank you very much for listening. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. What she's looking for. We're going to put it up one more time right there. Give her a call. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
So listen up. Think about it. In the day and age that we live in, we see all the things that are happening in the industry. We see all the things happening in the States and Canada. And yes, sometimes we just don't know. And it's not something that, it's a fault of yours. You might just don't know what you're doing, and that you are doing that when you're hiring somebody. So I do believe that everybody should take her course. Everybody should just find out and say, hey, I do hire people. Yes, I'm a manager of a building. Maybe I do need to understand culture better, diversity better. Maybe I need to learn different aspects that I never thought about. So don't hesitate. give her a call, check out her website. And like I always say, you didn't have to watch, but I thank you for doing it. I'll see you next time.
Has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged